Our lap around America continues as we cross Moab Utah, with more long stretches with no services, pass through another scenic wonderland, before arriving at the breathtaking Red Cliffs Lodge outside of Moab for a few days of R&R. Get caught up on some Spyder maintenance and discover the property that is now the Red Cliffs Lodge was once a filming location for one of John Wayne's early westerns. We are John and Miriam. We may live along the Virginia coast, but for the next few months we will again call the road our home. We plan to ride our Am Spyder to the Pacific coast and back, over 7,000 miles through 16 states. We are calling this trip a lap around America. We know this odyssey will offer up its full serving of adventure, scenic beauty, along with the standard dose of challenges. But that's what we signed up for.
Alrighty, well, good morning. As soon as I can figure out how to drive the Spyder again. There we go, first gear.
Oh, don't run over people.
We are on our way to Moab.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a scorcher.
It's a scorcher. I'm glad it's a short ride day, and I'm happy to be going back to Moab, one of my favorite places.
We have a very nice accommodations just outside Moab.
Yeah, on the river.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting ride. 179 miles, and if the GPS is correct, it's 105 miles without any type of services. There are a couple of rest stops before we get to Greenville. I think it's
Green River,
Utah, and we'll get gas there. So not a big deal. We just have to manage our fuel
and water. We have plenty of water, so we'll be fine. What is the temperature?
I don't know how that's even lit. Yeah, but you always ask me when I'm going around a curve. 89. Yeah, it's going to be about 100 today, and I was wondering what the deal was with all this heat. And apparently the entire western U.S. is under a giant heat advisory.
And the Southwest.
The Southwest.
Yeah, we should consider ourselves fortunate we're not in Albuquerque or Amarillo, because they're getting it even worse.
Yeah, 115, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what a view. What a nice view to start the day.
Yeah. As long as the water for the cooling vest holds out, we brought extra water to drink and to keep the cooling vest hydrated.
Worst comes to worst, we have a couple beers left over from Austin.
Are you suggesting we use the beer to saturate our cooling vest?
Well, if worst comes to worst, it would be wet. Oh, desperate times.
Require desperate measures.
Yep.
Well, it's only 105 miles between services, in theory, according to GPS. Of course, we found out yesterday, and this is a very good point. We're using the Garmin GPS to get information on services when we're on the road, because there's one, and I updated it before we left, so I know I got the most recent update. It said we still had about I forgot the distance, 60 or 70 miles to the nearest gas station. We were hovering about half a tank, and in theory that should be fine, but that just gets out of my comfort zone. But we ran across a gas station that wasn't on anybody's map, and it was perfect. Last gas up for a while is done.
I found it odd that the only signs concerning gasoline availability was from a billboard on the side of the interstate. There were no other signs cautioning drivers of the lack of gas stations for this significant distance.
So you may be wondering why we're on the interstate and not a scenic back road. Well, if you unfold a map of Utah and you look where we started and where we're going, you will notice that, well, there aren't a whole lot of options for roads except the interstate. And the interstate in this region is a scenic byway. Again, I'm just overwhelmed with the beauty of this region. We stopped here to get bathroom, get some fresh water out of the trailer, and of course this large truck blocks my view. Anyway, incredibly gorgeous.
After a scenic but hot and dusty ride, we make it to our home for the next 3 days, the Red Cliffs Lodge, just outside of Moab, Utah. Why Moab? Besides the scenic location of the Red Cliffs Lodge, the town of Moab offers a great selection of shopping and restaurants. It's also in short proximity to Arches National Park, which is literally just across the river from the lodge, and Canyonlands National Park. If you choose to drive just 150 miles south, you reach the epic Monument Valley.
Well, good morning. After our short layover in Reno to get the new tire put on the Spyder, we were working on a nice scenic destination. I think I like this idea of riding 3, maybe 4 days, which is what we did this time, to get to someplace really nice and taking some rest time or non-ride time in a real nice area. And this is what we got. We're in Moab, Utah, and this is where we're staying. And we're in a canyon which was created by the Colorado River, not unlike the Grand Canyon. We have a great little place here we're going to be. They originally only had availability for 2 nights. We got here yesterday and they said, oh yeah, we can add a 3rd night to your trip. So we're going to be here for 2 full days, 3 nights. And it gives us time to plan our next leg. Without a doubt, this location wins hands down as the best location overnight accommodations we've been to. It's just gorgeous out here. And we're ready to head over to the lodge for some breakfast. I'm here to tell you, we have killed a lot of bugs in our 4,000, 5,000 miles we've done so far. And we have got, oh man,
These poor guys with their tiny windshields.
well, they're adventure riders. They're different. So we've got to. They even supply some rags for cleaning stuff. So I'm gonna wash the Spyder while we're here a little bit. Well, Miriam, what do you think about this little slice of heaven?
Oh, I'm very content. Could be very content for a very long time.
Yeah. Okay, the breakfast buffet did not disappoint either. Yes, this is not the best Western breakfast. We have Southwest scrambled eggs with green chilies, potatoes, beans. What else do you get? Beans, black beans on a breakfast buffet, bacon, biscuits and gravy, and black coffee. Miriam's having what?
Well, I did the Southwest scrambled egg with buckwheat pancakes and bacon. Yeah.
I've concluded I want to move to this part of the world just because of the food. Nothing is quite as exciting as doing your own maintenance in the field on a trip because, well, I have limited tools and limited resources if I screw things up. But today we are going to, while we're here in Moab, this mirror is just a little too wobbly for my taste. We haven't been able to shoot any video using the mount looking back at us for the last week or so because the video is just too wobbly. And as a frame of reference to the other side, it's more secure. It doesn't, but in the video quality is better, but the problem is my drink bottle sits in this container right here and it blocks the view. So while I was in Reno getting the tire changed, I went ahead and picked up some more clips for the mirror, so in the event I break them, I can go ahead and replace them. And I've got the toolkit with me, so I'm going to remove the mirror and see if we can tighten this up a little bit. So I've got access to it. This is the component that has a tendency to break if you're not careful. This is plastic. It hangs on this hanger right here. These two mounting points are stainless steel, and they fit into these receivers on this side, and they just become a little bit worn. I'm going to change out one because I only got one. It's the only one they had in stock, and see if I can tighten the other one up. This one looks like it's the worst. There we go. The new parts are attached, and it seems a lot more stable. So hopefully that will take care of that jiggling problem. Next, we got to get rid of some dead bugs. We have been collecting them ever since we left home, and ever since we hit the that insect infestation on Route 50, we've killed a lot of bugs. So today, I've been had to rake the carcasses out of the air intakes. So gotta do something with those dead bugs.
Not only does the Red Cliff Lodge offer a full-service restaurant and a bar, in addition to food available in the gift shop area that we can prepare in the efficiency part of our accommodations, but on weekends they even have what they call the cowboy cookout on the patio.
So Miriam, how is your lunch? Your lunch on the patio?
It's delicious. All the more delicious for the gorgeous view.
It's just a bunch of rocks.
The Colorado River. What do you think?
She's pretty. She's got some energy to her.
Yep. One of the cool things, this, before it became this location, was a private ranch, and it was actually used by John Ford and his production company to film which movie?
Rio Grande.
Rio Grande, starring a young actor named John Wayne, was filmed right here on this property, 1955, because they wanted all this as the backdrop.
Cheyenne Autumn was also filmed here, and some others. I don't remember all the names, but it is a cool movie museum in the lodge.
Yeah, and they cover a lot of the movies that were filmed here. They even got the stunt dummy from Thelma and Louise, the one that actually went off the cliff here. They filmed a lot of that movie in this. There were so many movies filmed in the Moab area. John Ford was thinking that the audiences were getting a little tired looking at Monument Valley, so they explored new areas, and they discovered the area of Moab, to include this area, the two national parks, the state park in this area, and they've made a lot of movies here. It actually stabilized the economy for many years, and one of the people that was involved in the committee that helped organize and support the movie industry said that they loved Hollywood because they came and took pictures and left money. To our last night in Moab.
Lovely.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's video while we are serenaded by a singer who's singing our new trip theme song. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and you all take care.